It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN, and you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man. Got a very special guest on the line with me tonight, man. Super dope R&B singer, man. He's got this new single out called Body. Is going crazy right now, man. I got the one and only Mr. Maestro Da Don. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Can't complain too much, man. Bro, I just got done listening to Body. Absolute banger, man. No pun intended, but you bodied the track, brother. You bodied it, man. Talk about the inspiration going into this track, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was in my bag, man. I was vibing out, was popping some champagne, had a little mimosa, was just on my New Year's Eve vibe. And I was like, man, how can I express this feeling right now? Had the females around,
Yeah.
you know, me and my wife, we was just having a great time. And it was like, man, like, that's the one.
I
The
feel
one.
that, man. I feel that. Especially when as soon as you said mimosa, I was like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally get it, man. It's a dope track, brother. So let's rewind all the way to the beginning, my man. I was reading up on you, so that you grew up in New Haven. So talk about growing up in New Haven and how'd you end up getting into music?
Yeah, man, shout out to my state, man, New Haven, Connecticut. We don't get a lot of love, but we building our legacy right now, man. We got a lot of heavy hitters out there, a lot of great talent. And we here now though. So yeah, man, from New Haven, Connecticut, went to Bernard Elementary, went to Betsy Ross Magnet, and I went to Hyde. Um, to really like start my process, my parents always had me in like art schools, just around other art.
Yeah.
Um, and then after my sophomore year, I moved to Carolina. So then I got a different spin on music, what the Dirty South was really like. Then I
Yeah.
moved to Atlanta. So, and then the rest was history, man. So I was able to be in different places at a young age, but be able to adapt in those different spaces to be able to find my own sound.
I got you, man. I got you, man. So what was the process like laying that musical foundation for you
Yeah. Process like for the record or just in general?
in general?
Yeah. Study. So I'm an art of the music. I really take my craft very serious. It's a business at the end of the day. It can't always just be about the talent. That's why people don't make it. And,
Mhm.
I'm a victim of that, really thinking like, man, I can really sing and that's it, but understanding, the art of music is also understanding the business of music. It's just kind of one and the same for me. Everything has to be universal. So that's how I was able to really get into it.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I feel like a lot of people get caught up on the talent aspect, because like you said, I could sing. There's a lot of people out here who can sing really, really well, man. But it's I feel like studying gives you that you got to learn, but beyond just being able to do. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes in behind the scenes that really puts the wind in your sails.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, man. So the name Maestro, man, what does that mean to you?
Everything it means, conductor, to be the one to paint the perfect picture, to create that symphony, that sonic sound that really just captures every moment. So
Right.
it really means a lot to me, especially, with my name being passed down to me from my pops, you
Right.
know, heavy influence on me, super talented, craziest pen on earth. So that's really what really captivated what Maestro Da Don even is today.
I got you, man. I got you, man. Talking about your dad, what are some of the biggest lessons and moments that stuck with you from your time with your father?
So the biggest thing that's always stuck with me is the world can be your oyster if you believe.
Right.
And really having a great father, really having a solid village from, childhood to be able to have my own, it really just, that legacy continues through me. So I'm able to pass all the knowledge, all the love, all the encouragement, all the strength that I have so that my kids can stand on my shoulders is really like what it is for me every day.
Most definitely compounding on that foundation.
Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you, man. So, spoke earlier about you moved around a bit from New Haven to North Carolina, eventually to Atlanta. Talk about your time in Fayetteville. How did that shape you as an artist, and what stood out to you the most from that whole experience out there?
Oh man, the band, the
Yeah.
band. Hey, shout out to my school, man. Westover, West Side to Best Side. Um, Went to the best school on the planet. Yeah, man. So just the band. My band was called the Mid South Powerhouse.
Hmm.
It's really like seeing that, like the dancing and the trombones and the trumpets, just the sound of like that vibe is, it's like nothing like it.
Right, right. What instrument did you play?
Drums.
Gotcha, gotcha. My brother played the bass. That's awesome, man. So I seen a post the other day, and it was saying like, soon as your kid gets to middle school, put them in band, no matter what, man. And I was in band myself. I played the trumpet for 2 years. Uh, Given that experience in the band, especially a marching band, being front and center for the culture and just the entire aspect, and just fully immersed in that experience, man. What were some of the biggest takeaways you got from being in the band, especially one of that caliber?
Yeah, so I was in that band for like a short period of time just because, I was traveling early at a young age, just singing and doing like different things.
Hmm.
I already had a different life at that point. So, but just the time that I did have with them, it was fire. It was different. It was like, man, like to be able to learn an instrument and master that craft, that takes your knowledge to a different level.
Right. Definitely unlocks a different part of your brain. Because they say that like some people have number brains and some people have word brains. I feel like
Yeah,
people who have music brains operate on a completely different wavelength than
absolutely.
most people,
Yeah,
for sure. So
yeah,
you spoke you're currently in Atlanta, which has been a hub for so much musical innovation across multiple genres, especially when it comes to our people, man. So what was it like diving into that scene at first, and how did it have an impact on your music?
yeah. So I'm actually on the West Coast now, but
Mm,
I work in Atlanta and the West Coast quite a bit.
gotcha.
Um, so because I definitely came up in the church circuit,
Hmm.
that's really what was captivating at first when I first got there. Just kind of doing like, playing at different churches on Sunday or doing like concerts on Friday or Saturday, playing in like quartet bands, things like that, or corporate bands, if you will. But really just being on that wave. But then once I really stepped out of that space, it was just kind of wide open for me. I'm like, man, like you got all types of music in Atlanta. You got different sounds, like, yeah, you got the trap music, you got the neo soul vibes, like you got it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to be able to just be a part of the culture and be a part of just having a chance to be able to create a vibe and give the people what they need and what they want right now is special.
Facts, facts, most definitely, man. Who are some of your influences growing up musically?
Got to go with MJ, number one.
Oh, of course.
Number one, Michael Jackson, uh, Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass. Um, what's my man name? Joe.
Yeah.
I like Robin Thicke.
Hmm. Yeah,
Just
man.
many old school people. I like the new stuff now, but
Hmm.
we gotta do better a little bit.
Nah, facts. I feel that 100%, man. I talk about this a lot with R&B artists that I interview, man. It's like I feel like the current state of R&B, if you go and listen to the stuff that's out now, which we have a lot of good stuff out now, don't get me wrong, but if you compare that to dudes like Joe or Maxwell or damn Jodeci. You know what I mean? Like yeah, all those cats from back in the day, man. Those niggas were like singing and crying in the rain.
It's crying straight up.
Like in the rain. We don't see that anymore, man. We don't
Oh,
see nobody crying in the rain anymore, man. And I'm trying to figure out what needs to happen for singers to get it to bring exactly,
hey,
exactly. We
need
need somebody to go in the rain and cry for their woman, man. It's
yeah,
just like you listen to it. It's very telling of where relationships are if you listen to
but
today's R&B.
to add to that, it's very telling of the heart of the industry.
Hmm.
You know, is a lot of the industry is, there is a lot of gatekeeping, to be real with you. There is a lot of, information that's kept between, those before us. So it's really like our time to really like show face and give that heart, put the love back into it. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I don't give a fuck. I'm crying.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to express my feelings. I want to be able to, touch those different strings in people's heart where, damn, like I was thinking that, I was experiencing that, but I couldn't say it because I was ashamed or I didn't know how to even express myself. But yo, like you really speaking to my soul. Like that's what we need.
Nah, for sure, man, for sure. And I feel like a lot of times, especially in today's day and age, in relationships, bro, so many people are afraid to be in love. You
Yeah.
know, you go, and I feel like social media has a lot to do with it. People are afraid to get cheated on. People are afraid to be embarrassed, and people are afraid to be hurt. And we live in a culture where everyone wants the feeling of being in love, all the benefits of being in love, but they don't actually want to be in love.
Yeah.
And it bleeds through our art, and that's I feel like that's how we end up in the situation we are now with the music because so many people are running away from love. It's a natural thing to be in love. The entire
Listen,
world without people being in love,
you got
nobody would be here. You
they
know,
would. Yeah.
we don't see too many. No, I really feel like if we go back to if we find a way to instill love back into the culture and make it cool to be in
Yeah.
relationships again, make it cool to
Exactly.
be good to your woman, make it cool to be married. You're married, you know what I mean? So it's like you're reaping the benefits of being in love as we speak, man. We need more people to put that in the music and put people on game.
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, I mean, I'm excited for the journey. I'm super excited to be able to really give the industry something different.
Facts, man. Facts, man. Facts. So, going back to your music, man. Listening through it, you're a great storyteller, bro. Great storyteller, man. And so,
Thanks,
in
man.
your own words, what kind of stories or themes are most important for you to share through your music?
I feel like everything. So shout out to um Jazzy Jeff, Jazzy Jeff, DJ Jazzy Jeff. He was
Yeah.
saying, you know, with music, people they just wait. They record stuff and then time goes on, years pass by, and then there's no traction, there's no influence, there's no effect. For me, you gotta die empty. That's what
Mm.
he said. You have to die empty. So for me to be able to give my all to this art and to the craft, I'm able to express everything. Anything that I talk about is something that I've experienced, that I have, no point intended, you know, or, just something that I feel that needs to be said that's reachable for everyone, for the
Yeah.
younger demographic or older.
I got you, man. I like how you said that. Die empty. It's like putting it all out on the table, artistically. In because I feel like, as an artist, artists feel things deeper than the average person.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whether it's like if it's raining outside, you write an entire like 5 minute symphony about the weather, man. So I feel like I like how you said that, man. Dying empty as an artist, like because by doing that, I feel like you help so many people throughout the process who aren't able to articulate those same feelings that you
Yeah.
put out into the music, man. I like how you said that, man. So what does your creative process typically look like in the studio?
Yeah. So starts with the stems, really getting the loop going, get the vibe right. Definitely popping some champagne. Everybody knows, when you with Maestro Da Don, it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
It's definitely just really a vibe, man. Really just locking in to the creative side of being myself. Hang on one second. My mom wants me to say this, so I'm gonna say it. Shout out to Jesus Christ,
Shout out to Jesus, man.
who's the head of my life.
Hey, I got you.
Yeah, my foundation is everything. But yeah, so basically, man, just being in the studio and just catching the vibe, catching the moment, sipping some champagne. For me, man, it's New Year's Eve every time, man. Every
Mm,
time. Like five, four, three, two, one, boom. Like that's the effect that I want my music to have. Every time you play it, it's like, damn, like, how do I feel today?
right,
Let me turn this nigga on so I can let me get this out real quick. Let me cry. Let me just decompress. Let
right.
me light a candle. Let me put a finger in the sky, like everything, man. Like just the full package.
I
I
feel
want to
that,
talk
man.
about it all. Yeah.
I feel that, man. You really like champagne, huh?
Hey, it's not like
What's your favorite brand?
what the champagne stand for. Yeah.
What does champagne stand for?
No, my mother said I love champagne because of what it stands for.
Oh, what does it stand for?
Celebration.
Yeah.
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 I feel that. We just had graduation. My little brother just graduated last week, and we popped open a bottle of champagne. So that's very fitting.
See? You
Yeah.
talk about
Hey, I'm a champagne lover myself. I'm not hating it off. I love me a good mimosa. I love
hey,
it. I love
one
it,
night
man.
city, man. First bottle on me.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to
Please
it, man,
do.
for sure, man. So boom, earlier you talked about building a legacy. What does legacy look like in your eyes?
Yeah. So legacy in my eyes is really just being where I am in life and being able to tell my story from every walk, from being poor to sleeping in the car to being the richest man on the planet. It's just about really, having those moments as a reminder of where you were so that when you get to that destination, you got something to look forward to. You're never comfortable. That's the
Right.
thing about me is I can be in the biggest rooms and I'm on 10. I'm solid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Every boss, every great man has a plan, has a 10-year, a 20, a 30-year plan. So for me, my legacy means that I work every day to give the best sound, the best vibe, create the best frequency that I can so that it lasts for 20, 30, 40 plus years.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. A house built on a strong foundation will stand for
The
years and
test of
years and
time.
years.
Absolutely.
I feel that, man, 100%. So, in what ways do you hope to inspire the next generation of artists?
Yeah. So I'm looking to work with all the greats, man, from the young ones to the biggest in the world. Just because I know that Maestro Da Don is the total package,
Hmm.
and I'm able to talk about anything. Shout out to you for bringing that up earlier, talking about the rain and making a track from the rain. That's
Yeah,
how I think. That's how I process. Like I can hear a train sound, and I'm harmonizing with the train. Like okay, like yeah, I see why they put that there on the train. Just
right.
because it's alarming, right?
Facts.
And us having a conversation. I could write a song about us talking right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
That's
that,
what
man.
it's about, man. You got to be able to tell the story as it is,
Hmm.
but build it and create it to where everybody can understand you.
Right.
And that's the difference in artistry now is with some artists, it's only one demographic.
Hmm. You gotta make it
Yeah.
universal.
You gotta make it universal.
Gotta make universal because despite like race, gender, creed, all that, man, black, white, green, and purple, bro, we all live very similar lives.
Yeah,
We all live very similar lives. We go through very similar problems. It we all bleed the same, man. So I feel like being able to articulate, no matter who you are, being able to articulate your experience in a manner that is digestible to anyone, is going to set you apart because, like you said, a lot of people make their music talking to just one particular group.
yeah.
Uh, and like for example, I was talking to a homie of mine the other day, um, like back at home. I'm hanging out with my little brother, listening to the music that was on his playlist. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, 10 years ago when I was 17, graduating high school, 17, 18, graduating high school, I go back and listening to my old playlist and I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? You
But
know?
man,
And it's like, I was like, back in the day, this shit
yeah,
was hard. You feel me? But that's because at the time they were writing it for an
yeah.
18-year-old kid. You know what I mean? I'm a grown ass man now. You feel me? Versus like uh that's not everything that I was listening to. There are albums like a couple weeks ago I went and listened to a bunch of old Lil Wayne mixtapes like Dedication 4. That came out my freshman year of high school and still hits like it came out today. You feel
Mm,
me? Timeless. You know what I mean? It was like wasn't writing it for a 14-year-old boy. He was writing it for everyone. So that way, no matter you listening to it in 2012 versus 2025, it's still going to hit, man. So I feel like you said, man, taking that and making the art universal is going to stand the test of time, regardless of how old you are, what color you are, what year it is. It's going to last.
absolutely.
It's going to last, man. So, for the people who are listening, watching right now, who are unfamiliar with Maestro Da Don, you only had to just 3 words to describe yourself, man. What words would you use?
I am legend.
Just collectively. Just gonna burn all three up.
Man, nah.
Nigga was
Nah,
really like that movie, huh? I'm playing. I get
nah,
it though. I get it though.
nah. So three words that really would like just really explain me is God fearing first and foremost.
Mhm.
Um, I'm a captain. Like I run the ship always.
Bam.
I run the plays. I know how it goes. And three, I always give back to my people. I'm for the people,
Facts.
period.
Facts.
Without the people, there is no career.
True.
So, being from an indie artist to a major, no matter what space that I'm in, I always have to give back to my people. Because without them, this wouldn't even be possible.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. I live by a mantra: you got to lift as you climb.
Yeah,
You have to lift as you climb, man, because especially as black men in America, because this is black people in general, bro. It's our responsibility to take care of our people and to uh help out our fellow man.
yeah,
Help out our
definitely.
fellow man in any way that we can, man. That's why, you're talking about there's a lot of gatekeeping going on. That's super whack to me, bro. It's super whack to me, man, because a wise man once told me McDonald's and Burger King are on the same street.
They are though.
They
They are.
compete, but at the end of the day, they on the same street, man.
Yeah.
And there's enough out here for everybody to eat, man. So it's like,
I'm
uh,
glad you said that.
absolutely,
I'm glad
absolutely,
you
man.
said that. Shout out to my team since you said that. Big leagues, the world is ours. Biggest in the world. Biggest in the world. Shout out to my crew, man. Marco, Big Steve, Big Nemo. We global with this shit. We are global with this shit. So y'all get
Absolutely.
ready, man. Y'all get used to us. Get familiar with the name. Don't forget it. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your daddy. Even if you don't talk to them, send a nigga an email.
Father's Day coming up.
Hey, man, Father's Day coming up. Check out Maestro Da Don, man. You feel me?
Let them
Yeah.
know. Let them know. I feel you, man. So boom, we're pretty much halfway through 2025, man. What can we expect on the latter half of the year from Maestro?
Latter half of the year is curtains, man. It's up all the way. Shout out to my manager, Rob Terrell. Shout out to my mentor, Dr. T. Great man of God, legend in the industry. My team is 30 plus years in. You know, we can't lose. We can't lose with God on our side and doing
Absolutely.
business the right way. That's how opportunities continue.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Shout out to Rob as well, bro. So boom. What can we expect next? Like we said, Body is out right now going crazy, man. Can we expect any you got any upcoming projects, collaborations we should be looking
Yeah,
out for? Let us
yeah,
know.
yeah. So we drop in August.
Yeah.
We drop in August. Go big or go home. Big leagues, the world is ours. I'm trying to tell you, young man. I'm trying to tell you. Don't
I
forget
got you.
this day.
I
Don't forget
got
this
you.
day.
Write
You
it
know,
down. Take a
yeah.
picture.
Take a picture. Listen, tell a friend, man. You know, I really like how you said that. Very well said. You know, a lot of people are gatekeepers, and they've been the reason, the deciding factor of how far artists go.
Hmm.
But now coming into the game, having a team with the talent, with the business, with the structure, with the love, with
Hmm.
the creativity, it's a new fucking day.
Absolutely, man.
It's a new day.
Absolutely. That's like my favorite thing to stun on a gatekeeper, bro. Cause I'm here anyway. Look at me.
Yeah,
We in this bitch, man. So boom.
yeah.
Before we get out of here, why don't you let the people know where can they find you on social media? Where can they find all your music at, man? Give them all the details.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, what up, world? It's your boy, Maestro Da Don. You could check me out on IG at Maestro underscore DA underscore Don, Maestro Da Don. Um, get used to me, get familiar with the name, and I love everybody. Big leagues,
Hey.
the world is ours.
The world is ours, man. I live it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Mike Sharp, appreciate your time today, man. Body's going crazy right now. If you're looking for something to, put on with you, hey, add body to your playlist. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Pour
Yeah,
some champagne, light you a candle. Father's Day coming up. You niggas might have something to celebrate after you listen to Body. I'm just gonna leave
listen,
it
listen.
at
I
that.
laid it out for you. All you got to do is finish the job.
Hey, hey. Hey, I fucks with it, man. I fucks with it once again. Appreciate you, my show. Make sure you tap in with him. He's absolutely going crazy. New project dropping in August. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. If you're listening, make sure you check out all of the episodes and interviews anywhere you get your podcast from: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz. Check out the website, ysnradio.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at YSN Radio. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go.